And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Some things I like. Taking a hike is not one. I do not see the why people like to take hikes. I do not like the dirt, I do not like the bugs and all that, but people love it. And I've been dragged on hikes before. But let's pretend we do like it. This theme of this game here, taking a hike and trying to avoid bears and skunks, oh my. So let's take a look at how the game plays and we'll be back. Over the course of Let's Take a Hike, players will have a scorecard that they'll have in front of them, and they'll be sticking cards underneath that will score at the end of the game. Those cards are worth points equal to the number of footprints on them, so you can see that this sleeping bag here is 4 footprints. Now, what players are going to be doing over the course of the game is they're going to be filling up their backpack in their hands. Each card that they have, for example, this backpack here, you can see goes in the bottom of the backpack. That's the only spot it can go. So when I build my backpack, I can stick it here in the bottom, while this map can go into the middle or the top section. So I put this here. The compass can go in the top or one of the sides. So I stick it up here. The frying pan can go in the top or the middle, so I have no room for that. The tent here can only go in the top, also have no room for that. The water bottle can go in one of the 2 sides or the middle, so I can put that on one side. The flashlight can only go on one of the sides, so I can put that over here. This granola bar can go in any part of the backpack or my hand, so I'll stick it in one of my hands. I don't have room for socks. Who needs socks anyway? The walking stick and camera can only go in my hand. I don't need a walking stick, but I will take a camera. So here's a completely full backpack that I have, and I have something in both hands. Now, what you'll be doing on your turn is you will be taking either 3 actions or you will go on a hike. Now, the actions that you can take are draw cards in your hand, although you can't have more than 7. So drawing a card is an action, or playing a card into one of the spots in your backpack if they're free is an action, or you can play a hazard card on someone else. You can play a blister, which makes everybody lose a card from their backpack, their heaviest card. That's the number of footprints it has. But if they have socks, they're safe from blisters. You can play a bear, which makes the person who has the heaviest backpack lose something, although anybody with bear spray in their backpack is protected from that. Well, skunks are just bad all around. And then a raccoon makes you steal cards from other people's hands. So there's 4 different hazards, and you can play those as an action too. But let's talk about taking a hike. If I decide to take a hike, and I might do so because I have a pretty full backpack here, I am going to, I say I'm taking a hike, and everybody else can come on a hike too, but I'm the hike leader, haha. Now, the first thing we do is we turn over the top card from the deck, and we say, okay, it's a flashlight. Do I have a flashlight? Yes, I'm safe. Anybody who wouldn't have a flashlight would have to do something else, but we'll get to that in a moment. Now I need a frying pan. I don't have a frying pan, so I have to discard. The frying pan is 3 footprints. I need to lose something that's 3 footprints worth. I say, well, you know what? I probably won't draw another flashlight, so I discard that for my backpack. I can stop the hike or keep going, so I keep going. A water bottle. I have a water bottle. That's great. A bear. Oh no, the bear comes. But let's say the bear didn't come, and I need to have some bear spray. I don't have any bear spray, so I have to lose something that's worth 1. So I'll lose this granola bar. And here I need a water bottle. I have the water bottle. And so you keep going, but eventually, if you run out of stuff in your backpack, and then you draw a card, or you run out of stuff in your backpack, then your hike is over and you get nothing. However, at any point you can stop the hike, and if you can take one of the items and put it underneath your point card that's in this pile of cards that was turned over. If you're the last person in the hike to stop, you get all the rest of the point cards. You could get a whole lot if you're very lucky, which you probably won't be. So the different hazard cards can also affect you when they're turned up. Sometimes they're a little bit different if you turn them up in a hike, like a skunk will end a hike permanently. Doesn't matter what was going on. A raccoon won't necessarily do that. And they will hit everybody involved on the hike. And so what you're trying to do is you're trying to have an optimal backpack, but as you saw, you can never fit everything in your backpack, so you may not have what you need as the hike progresses. And that's how you play Take a Hike. Once the whole deck has been gone through, everyone counts the point totals in underneath their scorecard, and whoever has the most is the winner. Regardless of what I think of the theme does work, and it's fun, because there's that whole push your luck aspect to it. Am I going to take these points or am I going to keep going? It's very similar to Ink and Gold. However, there is one, well, in my opinion, flaw with the game, and I think there's too many hazard cards in the game. I like having the hazards in the game because you might want to take bear spray just because you're afraid you'll come across some bears. But as it is, push your luck here, you can just get totally reamed over. And I don't like playing the hazard cards on other players. I don't mind that the hazard cards are in the deck, but I don't necessarily like playing them on other players because that takes what's a pretty neat game of pushing your luck and adds this take that element to it. And I don't. But the hike itself is very interesting. Get rid of things from your backpack with feet worth. Make sure you have a good backpack full of things to go on your trip. Try to be as diverse as possible. The heavier that you have, the better backpack. But if it's too heavy, the bear is coming after you. And that's neat. You've gotten a certain amount of footprints. Will you continue? So there's a good thing. I've read that some people take out some of the hazard cards and that makes the game better, and I think that's what I'll probably try next. The artwork is whimsical and nice. I really enjoyed the artwork in this game, and I thought the theme fit it really well. So other than maybe too many hazard cards, I do think this is a fun, fast, light card game, and one that people who like to push it and see how far they can take something will enjoy. Take a hike.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find the latest board game news at Dicetowernews.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Fun Again Games, the world's best game source. Fun Again Games has over 5,000 games available. Check them out at funagain.com.